Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Are you listening me, students? Please reply. I'm waiting for your replies. Please reply so that I can understand whether you are listening me or not. Is there any problem, Nida? Why are you are joining with two IDs? Kindly confirm which is your own ID. You all know that students, we are doing language topics here in the online classes. We have done different topics previously. Now today is another English language topic which I'm going to discuss within few moments. Now I'm going to start my today's lecture. This is English language lecture. I'm Mrs. Afshin Imran. This is lecture number 6. The topic is letter writing. You have done different kinds of letters in your classes, in your previous classes as well. Some letters you have written to your relatives, to your friends. But in this session, we are going to discuss the formal kinds of letters in which you practice to write the letters to some designated person. Here, actually, we are discussing about the letters to the editors. Okay, these are called formal letters. But first of all, I'm going to start with the definition of letter. A letter is a written, typed, or printed communication by a person sent to another person in an envelope by post or messenger. Okay, this is written in the form of written material. You can say that it can be in the form of typed material or printed material, but it is actually a way of communication by a person with another person, and it can be sent in the form of paper inside the envelope by post, or it can also be sent by messenger. Messenger is a person here. Okay, now one more thing, that today is the time of messages, sending messages by the mobile phones, but you should know how to write the letter because it is the uh, important part of your syllabus. Now I come to the letter writing. Letter writing is the exchange of written, typed, or printed messages. Okay, same thing is here, that it is actually the exchange of the material written, something sometime by hand, sometime it is typed or printed, and it is the actually the way of communication from one person to another, and it is the exchange of messages as well as the opinions. Now we come to the kinds of letters. There are two kinds of letters. Here we are discussing formal letter and informal letter. Okay, so we are discussing these two kinds of letters because these are included in your syllabus. Formal letter, I want to discuss formal letter first. A formal letter is a letter written to a business, an institution, or any professional that are not considered friends or family. It means whenever we write a letter to a person, we do not met him or we don't know about him, that means they are not our friends or the family members, and it is written to a business manager or the head of an institution or the department, or in the form of any professional purpose, then it is the formal letter. A formal letter is written in formal language for official purpose, because the formal letter is used for official purposes, so formal kind of language has been used here. Okay, you should know that formal language means the language other than the common language which we cannot use for our friends or the family. A formal letter is written for official or professional communications. Okay, for professional purposes, for official communication between two parties and two different persons, then we write the formal letter. Now I come to the informal letter, which is the most common form of letter, and you have done a lot of practice for these kind of letters. An informal letter is a letter written to a friend or a family member. Okay, it means it is easier to write the letter to a friend or a family member. An informal letter is written for casual or personal communication. It means when we want to talk to our friends or family members and they are living outside the city or the country, and we want to inform something to them, then it is written in the form of informal letter. And for that purpose we can use any kind of language, any common language. You can say that whenever we talk to a friend or a family member, we use the casual language. So you can use that language also here in the informal letters, like you are conversing with them or you are saying that you are talking to them. Now I come to the format of formal letter. These are actually the steps which I have written under the heading of format. The first one is date. You have to mention the date at the top. Actually, the format of formal letter writing is a little bit similar to the application writing. We have discussed application writing previously, and but there is a big difference that in formal letters we write the date at the top. Here you can see I have written at the top in the format, and but when you are writing the application, the date must come at the end part. Okay, so this is the big difference. Otherwise different other things are similar here, like in the second part or second step you can write the addressee designation and address. Okay, you should write the you should not write the name of the addressee. First you have to write the designation and the address. Addressee means the person to whom you are writing the letter, or for whom you are writing the letter, and you call him in the beginning uh, for starting in the beginning for starting a letter. Then we have the subject. You all know that in application we also write the subject, and here it is the same thing. That subject must also be underlined. Then the salutation. Salutation means the greeting when we honor somebody or when we respect somebody and call him with his designation here or with some respected words. Now then there is a body part of formal letter in which we are writing the introduction, then it is called the body part of the paragraph, and then conclusion. It is, these are actually three paragraphs. Okay, we can add some more paragraphs in the beginning or the end of the formal letter as well. Okay, these are the three paragraphs which comes in the body part. Then the last part is called the closing part, or you can say that this is the end of the format of the formal letter. I hope you are understanding everything. Now, how to write a formal letter? There are some particular rules, so that you have to apply those rules when you are writing the formal letters. Formal letters can shape others' perception of you. Others' perception means what are other people thinking about you. Okay, because whenever you are writing something here in the kind of formal letter, then the other person understands your thoughts. Okay, formal letters can shape others' perception of you and inform the reader of a serious issue, as well as when in the formal kind of letters, mostly we are discussing about a serious matter. So it is actually the thing which is used to inform the reader about a serious issue. Now, the next point, which is also the most important point here, block style is the most commonly used formal letter format. Okay, block style, I have also already explained you this style pair, that it means everything must be written from the margin line straight line with the straight line, and there is no need to leave any space whenever you change the paragraph. Okay, so you should be very careful that everything must start from the margin line. Now there are some steps of formal letter which I want to discuss here, and these are actually combined here some of the things, because in the format we have added many things, but here in steps we combine some of the things. Okay, the first part is called the heading. Okay, and heading includes different things, so you should be very careful about that. Heading includes date, then addressee designation, and then address. Remember not to write the addressee name, just write the addressee designation. Okay, and then address. Then the next step of format formal letter is that we write the subject. Subject means the topic and the problem which we want to discuss here. We should write here in the form of heading, and it must be underlined. Then in the third step, we write the salutation, which is actually the greetings, and we call the addressee with some respected words. Um, Number four is the body part, and it includes the three paragraphs actually, but we can add two more paragraphs in the beginning or in the ending to continue or to start the letter or to end the letter, but there must be three paragraphs in the middle, which are actually the introduction of the problem and about the description of the problem, and then your suggestion. Okay, now, number fifth is for the closing step of the formal letter. And here you have to write the name of the writer. It can also be written in the form of ABC or whatever. But there you can see that it is optional, because it is not necessary to mention your own name. You can write ABC, you can write a citizen, whatever. Here there are different options. Okay, but you can also write your name, but it is optional and it is not necessary. I hope you have understood till here. Now, if you have not understood anything, you are allowed to ask me questions. But when I will give you the time after the end of the lecture, then you will be allowed to ask me questions. But before that, I want to tell you that if any question arises in your mind, then you should write that question in your rough notebook, so that at the end of the lecture, you will be able to ask that question. I hope whatever I am teaching here in the online classes, you are doing practice continuously in your rough notebooks because it is a must. In the language portion and the grammar topics, everybody needs practice. Okay, now we come to the heading. This is the first step of writing the formal letter. This part is written at the beginning of the letter. It is the first part, so it is called the, it is written at the beginning of the letter. It must be written at the upper left corner with the margin. You know that we start the letter with the margin line, so it must be written at the left side of the line with the margin. Okay, left side of the page with the margin line. It includes the date, addressee designation, and address. Remember that heading includes these three things: date, address designation, and address. Now I want to show you an example of the heading. Here I have written date September 18, 2001. That is today's date. You all know that very well. That date must be written in the form of the month first, the full spelling, complete spelling of the month with capital word first, because you know that all the months are the proper nouns. Then we write the day. We mention the day here in the two digits. Remember that it should be mentioned in two digits. If it is 8, then we must add 0 before it, then comma, and then we have to mention the year 2021, that is 2021. It must be written in four digits. After that, there must be a full stop. It should be placed because it shows that date has been completed here. Then we come to the addressee designation, that is the editor. We are writing the letters to the editors here, and these are the formal kind of letters. And you know that in the applications, when we write the applications, we write or address the principal. So here we address the editor. So the must be written with a capital T, and for editor, E must be capitalized, because here the editor becomes the proper noun. We are not mentioning his name, but it is the designation. Okay, now we, after that, we write the comma. Then next step is to write the address of the newspaper, because we are writing the letter to the editor of a newspaper. So we write the with the capital T, then Daily Dawn. It is the name of the newspaper. So it is a proper noun. D must be there with the capital letter, and for daily as well as for dawn with the comma. Okay, comma shows that address is incomplete, and you know that these are the proper nouns, so we have added the before them. After that, we have to add the city name. This is a must, and you know that we are living in Karachi city, so we mention the city name as Karachi. K must be capitalized with a full stop at the end. You should remember that full stop shows the completion. So here you can see the editor, comma, the Daily Dawn, comma, Karachi, full stop. It is the address here. Okay, with the designation and the date. Now we come to the subject. It is another most important part of the letter writing. So here you can see that I have given you some examples for subject. The most important point about subject is that subject must be underlined, not the subject word, but the heading which we are mentioning here, it should be underlined. Subject I have written here. The load shedding, I have given some examples for you. Load shedding, then full stop. You can see that I have written load shedding with capital L and capital S. Then there is another example, or I have written here, subject is traffic jam. T must be capitalized, J must be capitalized with the full stop at the end. Then here you can see another example, that is subject in sanitary condition. I capitalized and C capitalized with the full stop at the end. Remember that I have not underlined the subject word. I have just underlined the topic which you are mentioning here, or the problem which you are mentioning here, and the problem must be underlined properly. The topic is there. It is also the topic of the letter, and full stop must be placed at the end. Now we come to the next part of the letter writing, that is the body part. It must be written with the margin line. Okay, remember that it must be written with the margin line because we are following the block style pattern. So it must be written with the margin line, and it includes at least 3 paragraphs. Remember, the beginning and the ending paragraph are separate, but we must include 3 paragraphs in the body part. State the problem in the first paragraph. It means we have to write about the problem. What is the problem for which you are writing the letter? It is mentioned in the first paragraph, and list the possible reasons for the problem in second paragraph. You have to write the reasons or the description of the problem in the second paragraph. Then in the third paragraph, you have to give ideas, opinions, and suggestions in third paragraph. It means whenever you write the letter to the editor, you can give the ideas and the opinions and the suggestions to the concerned authorities that how they could solve the problem. Okay. Actually, when we are writing the letter to the editor, our aim or the purpose is that he should publish that matter in his newspaper so that people can be aware about it, and the authorities, those who are the concerned people, they could take any action to solve that matter, and so that the matter could be solved. Okay, I hope you are understanding everything. Can you tell me please in the chat box whether you have understood or not? I'm waiting for your replies. Please tell me in the chat box. Okay, now I'm moving to the salutation and the body. Examples, some examples are given here. Okay, for salutation, you know that we just greet the person. Dear sir, it is just the smallest part of the letter, and it is just dear sir, dear madam. Sir means if you are writing a letter to a male person, sir is used, and if you are writing the letter to a female person, you can write madam, comma, dear is a must here with capital D, and when you are writing sir, S must be capitalized, and when you are writing madam, it must be in the with the capital letter M. Okay. Now this is the beginning paragraph. I'm showing you an example that means through your esteemed newspaper, I want to draw the attention of the concerned authorities about the traffic jam in the city. Full stop. You can see that I have taken the most important problem of daily, because it is a daily based problem for all the people who are going somewhere on daily basis, and it this problem arises during the whole day, and people are suffering from that much problem. It is a too difficult thing to face. So I have written because it is the starting paragraph, or you can say the beginning paragraph, in which actually you are mentioning that you want to draw the attention of the concerned authorities about the problem. Okay, this is just the mentioning of the problem. Now I want to show you the second paragraph. It is also the second paragraph of the body part, or you can say the 3 paragraphs which I have told you to add in the body part. Now I'm mentioning the problem here. Karachi is one of the biggest cities of the world. Full stop. You all know that it is one of the biggest cities. It is a cosmopolitan city. Cosmopolitan means where different people from different areas are living. Okay, It is a cosmopolitan city, but the quality of traffic system in the city does not seem of world standard. You all know that it is one of the biggest cities of the world, but you all know that very well, because if you are moving from your home for some reason, then you should know about the traffic problem. Traffic system is the worst in Karachi. Okay, and it is not of the world standard. It should be of world standard because Karachi is one of the biggest cities of the world. There is much mismanagement. Actually, there is a mismanagement in the traffic system. Nobody needs to solve this problem, and it needs to be made good. Why it needs to be made good? Because Karachi is one of the biggest cities of the world, and even ever if it this problem is solved, then there will be no difficulty for the people who are moving from one place to another for different purposes. I hope you are understanding. This is the paragraph of the body part in which you are mentioning the problem. Now in the third paragraph, which is after the beginning, we are counting from the beginning. Then it is in the second or the third paragraph of the body part, you can actually describe or write about the problem in descriptive way. Due to lack of proper traffic system, comma, the citizens have to face a lot of problems daily. You all know that all the citizens who are moving or who are going from their homes for different purposes, for uh, to a place distant, far from their homes, then they face this problem daily. Comma, particularly in working hours. It is also the most important part of the line that this problem occurs mostly in the working hours. Okay, working hours means whenever there is a morning time. You know that the school children, college students, they go for to their colleges, their schools, as well as the many of the people go for their jobs in the morning. So there is a traffic jam on daily basis, in the morning. Okay, full stop. They have to waste their valuable time just waiting for the clearance of the roads. This is also a also another important point here, that because of that reason, because of the traffic jams on the roads, the people have to waste their valuable time. You all know that time is money and time is the most precious thing. So whenever they waste the valuable time on daily basis, it is a blunder. Okay, so they waste always waste their time. And why they waste their time? For just for the clearance of the roads, that when the roads become clear, then they will move further. Okay, so it is the third paragraph. Here we have mentioned the some reasons of the problem. Now, in the fourth paragraph of the body part, I have told you that you have to give the suggestions. I, comma, therefore, comma, request the concerned authorities to take action. Okay, this is the request or the suggestion of the person who is writing the letter to take action and remove the hindrances in the way of a smooth traffic flow. Actually, all of us want to solve that problem, and because it is the most difficult problem which the people are facing on daily basis. So it is written in the last para that it is a request to the authorities to take action. Okay, now remember that how I am writing those sentences by using comma at different places. So you should please, these examples are for you, that you should practice the letter writing or other things in which I'm giving you different examples, and practice them, how to do, how I am writing, and you have to follow all those points. Now I come to the ending paragraph, which I have told you that the beginning and the ending paragraph must be added here. Okay, to complete the letter. The ending paragraph is hoping for an immediate step. Full stop. You can see that the last line, which is the most simpler one, but it is most important as well, because like in application, you are writing the thanking you in anticipation in the last one. Similarly, here we have written a line that is hoping for an immediate step, that people are hoping so much from the authorities, and they want them to do to solve the problems as soon as possible, because you know that whenever the problem continues, it means people suffer a lot. Okay, now after that we have another part of the letter, formal letter, that is the closing part. You know that it is the last step of formal letter writing. Okay, now this part is written at the end of the letter. It must be written with the margin. Whatever I have told you here in the beginning of the letter writing, formal letter, that like application, you also follow the block style pattern here. It means everything must be written with the margin line. So you should be very careful about that. Please don't leave any space, because I have seen you that you are doing this mistake again and again. Please be very careful, because that pattern was old pattern and it is obsolete now. We are not using this pattern, so we have to follow block style pattern, and you should do practice for writing the applications and the letters in the block style. Now there is examples I have written here. Yours sincerely, yours sincerely, we can write first here, then comma. You can see Y is capital and S is capital, and there is no apostrophe here before S, comma. Then we can write a concerned citizen, comma, a concerned citizen, full stop. You can see the A is capitalized, C is capitalized here for concern, and for C is capitalized for citizen as well. Then or, then resident of area name. We have to mention the area name here if we are writing the resident of. Okay. For example, R is capital and of, it is a preposition, so we don't make it capitalized. And area name means you can mention resident of Gulistani Johor, resident of Gulshan, resident of Nasmabad, whatever you want to write. Okay, you can mention the area name with the full stop at the end. Full stop must be placed because you know that full stop shows the completion. And here we have mentioned after yours sincerely, comma, because it is continued. Now, I want to tell you that for yours sincerely, we can also use yours truly, yours faithfully, all are correct. Okay, or in place of a concerned citizen, if you write only a citizen, it is also right. Okay, I hope you have understood everything very clearly. Now if you have got any question, please ask me, because my lecture is complete here, so I want to give you some time to ask me questions. If you have got any question, please ask me. I'm waiting for you. Do you have any question, students? Please reply, hurry up, because little time is left and I want you to discuss me if there is any problem. Nawal, it is cosmopolitan. It is not cosmopolitan. Okay, it is cosmopolitan, and it means it is actually the word used for the city here. That Karachi is the cosmopolitan city. It means different people from different countries or different areas, different cities are living together here, because it is one of the biggest city, and you know that it is a business center, and many people earn their living from this city. You know that it is very much, it is the city in which many jobs are available. So many people from different parts of the world or different parts of the country as well, within the country, from Pakistan, from different cities, people come over here for their job purposes, for their earnings. I hope you have understood. Okay, now I want to say one more thing, that you should do the practice of writing the applications and writing the letters in your rough notebooks, because it is a must. Because I have given you many examples of letter writing as well as application writing in the form of notes, or you can say in the form of assignments and in your class as well. But you should be also do practice by your own. Anyone who has got any question, please reply. Any other person who has got any problem, who want to ask anything? Please ask me. No problem. It means if I will give you any letter writing to the editor, then you can easily do it. Okay. Now remember that there is a difference between application writing and formal letter writing, and the main difference is of date. Okay. In the application, we write the date at the end of the application, and in the formal letter, we write the date at the top part, or you can say at the start of the letter. Okay, so you should be very careful. Now you know that there are 2 days for your homework assignment, Tuesday and Wednesday. So you should be very careful about those assignments. You should submit them on time. And for that reason, you have to go through Google Classroom on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so that you will get them on time, and please submit them on time. So because these assignments have got some grades and marks, and when you submit them on time, then you will get those marks. Otherwise, no marks would be given to you. I hope you have understood everything. I want to end my lecture here. We will meet inshallah in the next class. Allah Hafiz.